Shalom, 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 shalom. Most High Christ bless. How y'all doing today? It's another Casting Down Imaginations. We got Officer Palu back. Yeah. Shalom, shalom.
Hey, shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Thank y'all for tuning back in to Israelite Radio of Casting Down Imaginations. Hope everybody having a blessed day so far. Not allowing Esau to ruin your day. All right, so I hope everything is good. Sorry for the delay again. We had some dang frequency that was pounding, and it just now stopped. So we back. It's gone now. Can't hear it, but the thing was loud. But thank y'all for tuning in. Well, I guess we're gonna get straight to it. Straight to the class. Glad to be back. Let's get Romans 15:4.
Romans chapter 15, verse 4.
Oh yeah, I forgot. And today's topic is being an example in Israel. All right, being an example in Israel. We got to be an example. All right. A lot of stuff is going on. People putting positions and all of these things, man. And it's true. Some people become, everybody start, well known and stuff like that, man. You gotta realize every little thing that you do is being watched by somebody. All right? All of us, every last one of you are examples, and you determine if you're gonna be a good one or not. Period. All right? We gotta be examples. When new people come into the body, they're looking at you and seeing like, okay, if they stay around, they're gonna cling to somebody. All right. So that person they cling onto is like, dang, that's the example I take. Because they're gonna try to do the things that they do in their truth because that's the person that they cling to. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be an example. Your name can't be dumb. All right. That's why the scripture talks about your name is everything in this truth. And we had forefathers that would die. So they died. They didn't want to be the person to say, listen, oh man, he sold out and ate some dang pork. And now the nation of Israel is, no, they was like, I'm dying for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to die. You ain't finna mess my name up. I've been in this truth for so long, and now, no, I ain't doing it. You always an example. All right? And I tell brothers that all the time. You're an example. It's not about you. It's about the nation. All right? And people don't, I don't think a lot of people don't think that far. They live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? They live in the moment like they on TV or something. No. This is real. You really got to live this thing and it be in this truth. All right? And I know a lot of times once you're in the truth and you come along, it begin to get routine a little bit. That's when stuff start happening. When you get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? People, brothers and sisters start getting comfortable. They start saying certain things to people that you know you're not supposed to be saying to. Getting a little too comfortable for leadership. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that. Everybody need to know their place, and everybody need to try to be that example, all right? Because somebody's looking at you. So we got to make sure, and we're going to go over a couple of examples of some of our forefathers, and how they had to lead the people, and had to be on point, all right? You got Romans 5:15?
Romans chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
So this Bible was written for us to learn from, all right? Take the examples, take all the pain and struggle, all the things that our forefathers and foremothers went through, 15:4, not 13. Romans 15:4. What our forefathers and foremothers went through, we got to go back into the Bible, read it, and really study on how they got over certain things, how they was prospering at certain time periods. We got to know all of that stuff. All that's written in the Bible. All right? How to get over certain sins. We have to know that. All right? Bros and shalom, officers, bros and brosettes. Okay. Shalom, sis. Also get First Maccabees 2. I like that one, man. First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 50. I think that's it. Yeah, right.
Second Maccabees. You said first or second, I'm sorry. First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Verse 51.
It says, now therefore, my sons, be zealous of the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. You should be able to put your life on the line for this truth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be that person like, listen, that brother right there, he ain't playing. Don't play around. Because they see the works in that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like they see that he ain't playing around. He's an example. So I'm pretty sure the people that he actually deals with that's around him go back the same way. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you gotta examine yourself if your name is always in somebody's mouth, or you always in some type of or a confrontation, or you always get back, your name always get back to leadership, and you got people hanging around you, what do you think is going to happen to the people that's hanging around you too? They will start doing the same things. You got to be careful who you hang around with and all of that stuff. People got to be wise, man. This ain't the world. And I think a lot of people get that misconstrued. They think they come in there that this is the world still. No. Negro, change. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to change. You're going to have to get up out of you. All right? We all got to be positive examples, man. Always. All right? Come on.
Verse 51. Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
Call to remembrance the acts our fathers did when?
In their time.
In their time. Meaning you got to go back in history and read up on what our forefathers did. All right? Come on.
So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name.
So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting what?
Name.
What?
Name.
And an everlasting name. All right? Because the scripture says, study to show yourself what?
Approved.
Exactly. Unto who?
Unto God.
Unto God. So we got to make sure that we constantly studying and going over the scriptures and going through and seeing. History is everything. History is everything. All right? Now let's get 1 Peter's. 1 Peter's chapter 2, verse 21. And we don't dialogue, y'all. Don't think it's just going to be, we're going to read out this. We don't dialogue now. I'm just trying to get started. You got it?
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21.
Come on. Now we're going to read the perfect example. All right? The perfect example. Come on.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example.
A what?
An example.
So Christ is our what?
Example.
Christ is our example. We're supposed to be like Christ. That's what we need to be like. And he was what? He was perfect, right? We got to listen. And Christ did not play. Christ did not play around whatsoever. At all. Just imagine seeing Christ throw a table over. Just go in there and just start throwing stuff. Or Christ calling you Satan. Just imagine the voice on that man. Like listen, he didn't play around. He wasn't gonna play with nobody. He was an austere man.
Voice of many waters.
You know how loud that is? That's loud, bro.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's loud. This is a matter of big black man yelling to be able to teach. How many was it? 5,000 people.
I don't know the exact number, but it was a lot of people.
How many people did he feed?
He fed all of them. I think it's like, I gotta find it.
Yeah, that's what it is. 5,000 people,
right.
ain't it?
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's
So it's about how do you talk and everybody can hear you. They didn't have no dang microphone with a dang what's that speaker called? Something 50. What is it?
Is that, I'm not that
terrible.
speaker
Y'all horrible.
system savvy. You know.
Was it 550 or something like that? That what they call the big speakers? They didn't have that.
Subwoofer. I know, that's all I know.
They didn't have that. Just imagine what they did in Acts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Going out there teaching the people. These loud men. Loud. These men weren't playing around. So just imagine they weren't playing with brothers. They weren't playing around with nobody. Right. Megaphone. They didn't have none of that. They wasn't playing around. All right. Because they had to be that example. They had to be an example like Christ was. Read that again.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21.
It was on fire, boy.
For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow his steps.
And we should follow his steps. We're supposed to be like Christ. All right, come on.
Verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth.
And the man did not sin, so we supposed to do what? We supposed to be like him. We don't supposed to be sinning either. We got to be an example. Like, you got to realize, man, a lot of people is coming in here sick. A lot of people still sick. But we have to be the example to help change somebody. Because the scriptures in Psalms 19. Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. Like sisters, like if a single sister come in here and she end up being here long enough, right? And she end up, some brother approaches her, right? For basically to prove her and or whatever the case may be. How would she know how to be a dang good wife? How would she know if she never sees one? If she see, all she seen was sisters talking back to their husbands, blowing them off and doing all this. You see the husband with the kids all the time. The wife just out talking, doing whatever she want to do. How you think she gonna be? That's the example that y'all put up on this sister. She will be the exact same way, and y'all gonna ruin her because you brothers can't get your household in order. We got to get our households in order, man. That class, Bishop's class, was much needed.
Super needed.
I took excellent notes. Excellent notes. It's much needed for both you and your spouse. All right? Period. We got to start. He said, shoot me too, officer. Oh, okay, yeah. You're right. I'm telling you, man. We got to. That class right there, and like you said, what was the name of the class? With marriage, runs cold?
Yeah, grows cold. When the marriage grows cold.
And it can, quickly. And that's why you married couples have to really sit down with each other and find out what y'all trying to do. Like, y'all gotta have goals. Y'all gotta have what y'all need to do. Y'all gotta be on the same page. Because at the end of the day, it's y'all two. All right? Y'all got to be on the same page. Y'all should not be on two different pages at all. Y'all got to be able to sit down, talk to one another, get over things. It's a battle at times, but you got to do it. You got to do it. Listen, the Most High put y'all together. Y'all got to figure it out. Period. Y'all have to figure it out. It's been times where... I don't know if I said it on here before. Where I've called Deacon, me and my wife, was going through something that was simple, and I felt like I couldn't do nothing about it or whatever. We were just going through. It wasn't even nothing too serious, but we was going through it. I called Deacon Abiel. It's like, man, what's the deal, man? This. Deacon Abiel said, "Follow, fix it." Boom. Hung up the phone. I said, "Dang." I said, what kind of counsel was that? So like a couple weeks went by. I called him again. Deacon, man, what's the deal, man? I don't know what's going on. Deacon said, fix it. Bam. I said, damn. But then again, that time it said, boom, it clicked. You're right. How can Deacon fix my problem? How can he fix my problem that's going on in my household? You know what I'm saying? I gotta fix it. I know the scripture to fix it. I gotta apply it. And that's what he was saying. Like, listen, you gotta fix this. I can't fix it. And that's when I was like, dang, man, I gotta fix this thing. And y'all gotta understand that. We can give you the scriptures. At the end of the day, you gotta fix it. You gotta be able to fix the things that's going on in your household. You gotta be that example in your household. You gotta be the person that they go up to and for guidance and so forth. You got to be that man. You know what I'm saying? You have to be that man. If your wife is getting up and going and asking other brothers for scriptures, something is wrong. Something ain't right. Something ain't going right. And if she don't know that, and if she don't know that's out of order, then something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. You're not being an example. You are the woman in the relationship. You are not doing what you need to do. You do not have the pants on right now. The pants is not on you, brother. You got to get yourself in order. All right. You think Christ if Christ had the wife, right? You think Christ was gonna go down like that? You think she wasn't going to know what's going on?
Absolutely not.
Hell no. You think she's going to go to Peter for a scripture?
That would be the worst day of my life.
she gets so many parables, it'd be ridiculous. It goes off. She gets so many.
She would drop dead.
For real. No. You got to be able to command your house. Give me, let me show you. Give me Joshua 24. No, give me Joshua chapter 1. Joshua chapter 1. But we got to be the one to teach them. We got to be the one that teaches the wife so the wife can be able to teach the children. It's a system, man. The Most High God set up that system for us to use. Come on.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 8.
Not 8, 15.
Joshua chapter 1, verse 15. Until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land, which the Lord your God giveth them, then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses, the Lord's servant, gave you on this side Jordan toward the sunrise.
Come on.
And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us, we will do.
All that thou commandest us, we will do. Why would they say that? They said it because why? They seen that Joshua looked up to Moses. They seen that Joshua looked up to Moses. He ministered unto him. All right? So that's who he looked up to. So who you think is the next best person? If he on his side, who's the next best person to be able to lead the people? The person that was right under Moses, right on his hip, right? That's who they chose. The Most High God raised up Joshua right after Moses was passed away. Raised up Joshua to be able to lead the people. That's why the people already knew that. That's why they said what they said. Read that part again.
Verse 16. And they said, and they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us to, we will do.
Everything you tell us to do, we're going to do it. Come on.
And whithersoever thou sendest us, we will go.
Wherever you tell us to go, we're going to go. We're going to do exactly what you say. Because they see that brother right there was the truth. All right? That he did what he was supposed to do. He kept the commandments. And he going to lead the people. Come on.
According as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses.
Only, read that again.
Only the Lord thy God be with thee.
Only the Lord thy God be with thee. Come on.
As he was with Moses.
As he was with Moses. So they were telling him, he's going to be with you as he was with Moses. The Most High God is going to be with you as he was with Moses. So they had a certain respect level for Joshua. Automatically. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words in all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death.
He should what?
Be put to death.
So Joshua turned it up. He gonna get put to death, homie. He gonna get put to death. If you don't want to keep the commandments, you gotta go. You gotta go. And you know what? That's you know what's dope about it? Because it was him and Caleb that was the only ones that made it from back then. So two people, generations had to die off. This is a whole new generation that's with him that he's seen rise up. So this is a man that he's like, listen, you don't keep the commandments, you're gonna die. You can do it. You're gonna die. He said, you tired? You tired, bro? You tired? Go ahead.
What it is.
Go ahead.
He shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage.
Only be strong and of good courage. All right. Now get Joshua 24 and verse 15.
Joshua chapter 24, verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which were fathers. Let me get it together. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve.
You gotta choose who you're gonna serve. All right, come on.
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
That dude, Joshua said, we're going to serve the Most High God. That's what we going to do. If you want to serve all those other gods over there, you go do that. But over here, we're going to keep the commandments. That's a man that's an example to the nation. That's a man that's an example in Israel. Those are the men that you got to look up to, right? You need to look up to these type of men because they ain't playing around, because they care about your soul. You know what I'm saying? Brothers be following out brothers that know all the dang precepts in the world, right? But then when it comes to simple stuff, they can't do nothing. They are like freaking. Give me a good word for it. You got to get a good word for it, bro.
Clueless.
I guess I'll take that one. Extremely clueless. No common sense whatsoever.
None.
That's horrible. How do you know all these precepts but can't apply? That don't make any sense. If some brothers is wowed by, oh man, this dude got the deep understanding, I'm gonna come around here, I'm gonna go study with them.
Or every time we going over some scriptures, I got a precept. I got a precept. I got a precept. I got a precept for that. But something is, I'm gonna leave it alone.
But what I'm saying is, you gotta see the examples of people. People can give you all the scriptures in the world, but if you're not seeing them, apply them, you need to move around.
Please.
Move around. All right? Move around.
Brothers might just have a good memory. And y'all taking that as
he's a beast.
He's a beast. Nah, he just knows how to memorize really good.
Right. And a lot of brothers, and I've noticed this, a lot of brothers, they study just precepts and don't really understand it. That's why they can't apply it to their everyday life. You got to be able to apply the stuff that you know. You know what I'm saying? You have to apply. You think Joshua, he has to apply what he knows. Moses applied what he knew. Paul applied what he knew. You have to. How can you be an example if you can't apply the things that you know? And you would think like, oh, dang, I got all the precepts, but dang, why did you do this? You know the precept for this, so what happened in between this right here? Why are you doing this? So,
They give you that look like,
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I'm sorry.
you didn't have a precept for that?
Right. Brothers, you gotta stop that. All right? You gotta apply what the heck you know.
Right.
All right? It means nothing. And Bishop them said that on there. You know what I'm saying? You can know all these scriptures, but if you don't apply them, it means nothing.
Right. They don't have a precept for real life, but they got a precept when you go to study.
Right. So that's why we got to start getting down with the basics. And that goes for your wife too. They got to apply what they know. And you got to enforce that. Period. You men got to enforce that in these women and your wife. That they apply what they know. Period. All right? So, give me Genesis chapter 17. Give me Genesis chapter 17, man. You're right. Keeping and applying the laws is the most important. What good is it that you just know it? Okay, yeah, I know what it is. And then you won't apply the thing. I don't get it. Trust me, I don't know a million scriptures off the top of my head. I'm the last person to go to say, hey, you know that scripture? I know it, but I ain't finna just quote it off the top of my dome like that. It's just not, my brain ain't set up like that. But what I do know, I apply it. Period. That's just me. I know how to apply, and yeah, it's application. I know how to apply what I know. All right? And I need to apply what I need to where I'm keeping the commandments. I ain't going to put to death when Christ come back. All right? Just keep the commandments, keep the laws, man. Brothers, we want to get on this deep stuff, man. I can't, them deep brothers, I don't understand it. Brothers be deep. So what's the mystery on this?
Right. There's nothing wrong with knowing or learning that stuff. But that's your number one priority. And it's true. Is to learn the deep mysteries. You are in the wrong place.
I want all of this understanding.
Right.
I want all of this understanding. And
they want somebody to tell them. But the Bible says a good understanding have all they that keep his commandments. If you kept God's commandments and studied on that, you won't have to have someone teach you all of this deep understanding. You could read it for yourself, but you want to stand in front of somebody to tell you, oh, go here, go here, go here. This is the precept of this. That's the precept of that. You see how deep that is? And you're like, wow. And then you can get kicked out for fornication.
And then you do that to your wife. Say y'all get into an argument. You start pulling precepts on her. Probably not explaining them. You just pulling precepts. Well, you got to go to this Genesis so-and-so. This is Revelation 6 and 5. You throw a scripture, she like, dude, I don't know. You not explaining nothing to me. And they think they doing something. Come on.
Or you trying to precept your wife to try to get her in order. You ain't got no job. What precept you gonna pull to justify you ain't got no job and your wife working paying all the bills, you gonna precept your wife now.
Right. And she precepts you with that. A man do not.
Right, a woman that maintains her husband, she precept you with that, now she the devil.
Right. Now you mad and butt hurt behind it. You call her the. Oh snap, baby. Just read this scripture right here. just read this, baby. I don't want to argue. Just read this. And he read it. He throw the couch over. Because he mad because it's true.
Right.
And he's cut deep. He cut deep. Well, listen, we got to be the example, man. We got to start turning it up. We got to start applying what we know. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. All right? Like I told you that one time, I wonder if people is really checking their clothes. For the mixed fabrics and all of that stuff. Because a lot of that could probably still... People might think that those are small commandments. You know what I'm saying?
Some brothers might not even know that is even a commandment.
Right. And you come in, you want to know this deep stuff. And not only that, stuff like that we don't talk about, like being circumcised. I'm sure there's some people that came in and that wasn't circumcised and probably just skating through the wind like he ain't got to get it done.
Right.
Like, you still got to get that done, partner. You got to get it done. Sorry. It's going to hurt, but you got to get it done. And a lot of people, it is simple commandments that we go by, what we don't think is important. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to the basics.
Sisters were getting their son's haircut with all these designs in it. You know, your son got zigzags all over his head. Oh, that's a nice haircut. That's a sin, sister. Because you're balding his head in those spots where they're making a design.
Right. So we got to make sure that we are test. Am I? We got to realize that we are the examples, man. We really got to buckle down and apply the things that we know. Go back to the basics. Go back to the welcome home package that you received. Read over that. People might think that they understanding is too greater for this stuff now.
Right.
You out of your mind. You wonder why we go to freaking Deuteronomy 28 all the time at camp? There's a reason behind it.
Right.
It's what causes change. It's what get people to remember. That's why brothers can go to Deuteronomy 28 and go through all types of different things.
I don't leave Deuteronomy 28 now at camp. I don't. I just don't. Why? Because me bringing out 1 Peter, 2 Peter, Timothy, Paul writings on a corner with somebody that doesn't even understand that they got to keep God's commandments. What am I trying to do? Vainglory, or am I trying to wake my people up? I'm trying to bring it out to the basest level that you can bring out Deuteronomy 28 so our people can understand, well, I'm an Israelite and I got to keep God's commandments.
Right.
That's the goal at camp.
Right.
Not, give me Isaiah 55. We about to break this down right now. They don't even understand put fringes on your clothes. They don't understand that pork is a sin. You try to break out Isaiah 55, Ezekiel 14 or something like that. Come on, man.
Right, exactly. To a state of people that have no idea what the Bible is talking about. We got to be that person, like say for me, for instance. If I would have came to the Sabbath, and at this time this was at Deacon Abiel's house, if I would have came to the Sabbath, and he would have been going through all type of deep mysteries and what's it called, thermonuclear destruction and all of this stuff. If you would have went over that never hit Deuteronomy 28, I would not be here right now.
Right.
Not that I couldn't receive it, it's because I was like, okay, that's cool. All right. Cool. I know he was coming back, but now I know what he's going to do, but it's not going to change me. But when he went over Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, we was going to go on slave ships. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 48, we had yokes of iron up on our neck. We serve the people. We serve another nation. When I heard that, it was confirmation for me that, oh snap, the Bible is the true book. I got to learn more. That's what he went over. That's what we got to do when people come in. Brothers be trying to go through all kind of other stuff. No, that's what got me in the truth was Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Me too.
Because my family, I'm used to going around teaching my people. That's what I grew up and see my dad doing. And his like Black Panthers, I know them personally. So that's all I knew. So when you put that of what happened to our people in our neighborhoods, and you read it in the Bible, it's confirmation. The Bible is talking about this, so that means it was a prophecy. That's what got me to come into this truth, not the dang deep mysteries. So why do people want to? That's all they think about.
And they always flock to this. brothers flock to the brother that thinks he knows the most. Let me be honest. Y'all got to watch out for that. Don't get caught up in that. You know, new spirits. If y'all a new spirit, don't get caught up in that. Now, if the brother knows the precepts, all praises. And if the first thing he want to teach you is a deep parable, move away from him because he ain't teaching you the milk. You knew that's what you need. You need the milk. He need to sit you down. Exodus 20, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. That's where he needs to sit you down at.
Listen, I'm still getting milk. I'm still getting the milk. Hey, it is what it is.
You can't read the law one time and think that you are a doctor of the law. You have to study it. Because, once you read the law one time, you're not going to understand every single law. You're going to forget some. Just like if you read a book, do you remember everything in the book? No. You got to read it over again, read it over again, read it over again, read it over again. Then it starts to sink in.
Right. I'm telling you, listen, people do not follow you. People will follow you a whole lot more if you can apply a whole lot more. You understand? If you can apply and people see that in your work. They see that. People see that you every day, and they see this person. I'm telling you, can tell. You know who's applying and who's not. All right? Period. You know by the type of people that hangs around them, the things that they tolerate, what you don't tolerate. It's telling you, you know when somebody's applying it, man, and you got to be able to discern it. Now, I'm not saying it's because, just because a brother that he know a lot of precepts don't mean that you can't be around him or nothing like that. That's not what we're saying. But you got to watch out for that, because if a brother know a lot of precepts and he's always in a slump all the time, or woe is me all the time, and you got to watch out for brothers like that. All right? You got to watch out. Give me Genesis 17.
What verse, officer?
Verse 1.
Genesis chapter 17, verse 1. And when Abram was 90 years old and nigh, the Lord appeared to Abram.
This dude was 90 what?
90 years old and nigh.
This dude was 99 years old. 99. Come on.
And the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto him, I am the Almighty God.
And he came, in 99 years old, the Most High God appeared unto Abraham. Come on.
Walk before me and be thou perfect.
And told him, you need to be perfect. You got to be perfect. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. You're going to be perfect. Just like Christ told us, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. We ought to be perfect examples to the world. Not just amongst us, but to the world. Because that's what's going to happen in the kingdom. We're going to rule. So we got to have, that's why it says, rehearse the righteous acts. What it look like us finally trying to do that in the kingdom? We wouldn't know what to do.
Right.
At all.
We'd be niggas in the kingdom.
All over again. All over again.
Right.
That's why we got to rehearse the righteous acts now. That's in everything. It ain't just high holy days. That's in everything that we do. All right? We got to make sure that we are being examples at all times. So even when we go outside of, the school and so forth. When you out and about at Walmart, the mall and stuff like that, be a representation. All right? Now, when people see your friends, they look down at you, right? They're like, dang, what is those on his clothes? Just imagine if you look like crap. Dang, friend is hanging off, holes all in your shirt. You're an example at all times, even the people outside the world that's not in this truth. You're an example. Period. That's why the scripture said in Matthew 5 and 16, let your light so shine before men. That's true. We had a sister here repent because a sister seen her fringes. And she's like, dang, what are those? Researched it, boom. Next thing you know, she's at the Sabbath. They end up talking, now she at the Sabbath. Same thing happened in New York, I believe, too, as well, right? Same exact thing. When people see you are an example, they see these sisters with their hair covering, little gold, little jewelry and all that stuff. They like, dang, that is dope. What is this? Sister give her a little information. Next thing you know, these sisters repent. Just by off the clothes that they wear. Because we was bad to the bone, as Bishop Nathaniel said. Bad to the bone. So we can't, when we go out in public, we gotta be examples. We gotta look the part. Brother, you gotta have your hair cut. If you got dreads, do something with them. If you got braids, do something with them. All right? Do something with them. Be presentable. Don't look like a dang.
Your braids is all frizzy at camp. Look like you got half fro, half braids.
Right.
Your dreadlocks, you got the new growth. You know what I'm saying? It's all stuck up here, then the dreads start.
Right. Now I understand why Bishop was talking about the hair at Passover. Like, brothers get too old to be wearing braids. If you 35 and you got French braids, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You got you holding on to some hair that you know is gonna be gone once you cut it, or something. Listen, you're too old for it. Brothers wonder why they can't get jobs.
Some brothers is subconscious about that head shape. That's why they got braids and dreads. That head shape, man.
The head shape?
They cut their hair low, and then you see how long and big that head is.
Or not only that, they going bald in the front, and you got that French braid hanging on like one string, and the rest of it is like braided back. It's holding on, man. Like.
There's a brother on the east side of Oklahoma City. When we go to camp, he is bald, all up here, and in the back right here, he got dreads.
Don't understand. He can't let it go. He can't let it go, man. Let it go. All right, let it go. But brothers wonder why they can't get jobs. It's because Esau not having that. I'm just being real with you. Esau, you got to be that example. Now, if a brother go in there clean cut, button down, slacks, nice shoes, now you got a chance. But when you got them dang braids, listen, I used to wear them. So I ain't knocking them. I used to wear them. But look, I can't do it no more. I'm too old for that. I ain't got time to be picking my hair out and sit between somebody let have them braid my hair and it hurt. No, man. Stop it.
When I first came into the troop and I decided to move up here to Oklahoma City, I asked Deacon Abiel. I had dreads. I said,
yeah, that is right.
I said, I asked him, I said, yeah, I'm moving up here and I'm going to be looking for a job. He said, you need to cut that. Right here, I said, so I cut my dreads off? He said, yes. What did I do? I went straight to the barbershop. Cut them off. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for me to get a job.
The thing is, you haven't even attempted to grow your hair back whatsoever since then. So, I'm telling on him. But yeah, so that changed everything. You got a job, right?
Yep.
You got a dang job, and it worked. Brothers got to understand that.
Had a couple jobs.
Right. Brothers got to understand that. You got to be that example, especially, and it's starting to be a pet peeve for me about brothers. You got to start dressing nicer. Just being honest with you. You got to. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop dressing like you just don't care about life anymore. Except on the Sabbath when you unison, you got the you got the Israelite on and your pants. Even then, brothers be busted up. Tongue hanging out at the top of their shoe. Shoes ain't tied. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. And brothers wonder why they got to get sent home. We gotta be examples at all costs, all times, period. All right? We gotta be examples. But we about to take a quick break, all right? We about to take a quick break, right quick. Is it working? We having a problem with the radio about getting some, getting the sound out. We about to take a quick break, all right, Israel? Make sure you guys call in, 405-293-2029. All right. Also, those of you that have paid and have registered and paid for tabernacles, you can now, and you have not, you didn't get a electrical site, right? You now have the chance on winning an electrical site. We're raffling off 3 electrical sites. All right, and you can go there, and at $5 a ticket. You can go there at www.iuicraffle.com. All right, www.iuicraffle.com. All right. So if you want an electrical site, now's your chance to get an electrical site. All right, I'm telling you, this electrical site is bad. To be honest with you, you're gonna want the electric and the water and so. All right. So, DJ, back to the music. 405-293-2029.
My throat is on fire. This brother loves Samira. Yeah. 405-293-2029.
Now, whatever was in that big Powerade, I've had, when I first got sick last week, that Wednesday, it's weird, bro. Like, I've had strip throat before. This is different. Strip throat, like freaking rocks in your throat. It just hurts. It don't burn. It just burn. Like,
How much Powerade did you be drinking?
no, it was that one I drank. My first sip, my throat started.
Where'd you buy it from?
From the 7-Eleven right there by the house. And I was like, okay. And I started eating. I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. Right? So later on, I drank some too. Drank some more. I was like, okay, I smelled it. I was like, I looked at the date. It was like August 17th, like for next year, something like that. I said, man, I topped it. I should have kept it, but I wasn't thinking. I started feeling sick, but I started feeling like I was starting to get like the flu. When I grabbed it, I chunked that sucker. I threw it out the damn car.
Bro, you should have kept that. That's a lawsuit.
I went back and looked at it. It didn't look like nothing.
No, but they could have tested it.
True. It's still out there. The Most High in Christ bless. Central Herbal Team.
You gotta call after the break. Call after the break.
Everything I say on the street, Yeah, I've been. Last week I got sick, man. So not like coughing and none of that sick. I don't know. I drank a bad Powerade. And I didn't even drink much of it, and I immediately. That's why I deal with Powerade instead of freaking Gatorade. But it messed me up, and I had the chills. I barely drove home, bro. Like, that's how bad I felt. I was like delirious, like, what's going on?
Sound like poison.
That's what it sounded like. I don't know what it was, but
You could have drunk the whole damn thing, you wouldn't be here.
I'll probably be dead. No, it wasn't a Powerade, it was a Gatorade. I heard a lot of bad stuff about Gatorades anyway. I used to be a postman, right? I used to go to a little hospital in Bethany. A little clinic in Bethany where I used to live at, right? And they cool. They was cool people. I used to go in there. They used to like give me cookies, whatever I wanted in there. They used to talk to me. You know, they actually cared about me. They gave me water because they knew it'd be hot or whatever. And the lady was telling me that her husband and her son had kidney stones from Gatorade. They just drinking them. I heard that from somewhere else. She was like, do not drink Gatorade. Powerade, I ain't never had any issue. Now, for Gatorade, I've had it where I felt like, man, something I didn't get. Powerade, I never had any issue. But I don't drink it every day. Kind of drink it like after I work out or something. Right, that's what I got now, some water. My throat burning still.
What's your question, sister? What's your question?
International products, we don't say local. If you ain't Baptist work, then you must be local. From Ghana to UK, that's the USA. We taking over continents, we ain't got time to flip. Bringing forth this kingdom, underlay. You ain't Baptist work, so quarterlay. Waking our people up all day, every day. You know what this is, the hell out of my way. We about change, building that nation.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm sorry, sis, we see your question. What's your question?
What she asking?
I don't know. I just see.
What are you talking about? Who is she? Oh, how do you pick your name? Oh, what do you want to be? Like, who are you? You know, what do you want to
change?
I picked my name kind of like on accident. I was like, you know what? I'm a Reubenite, so I'm gonna pick one of his kids, and it ended up fitting me, like distinguished and stuff like that. And it fit me. My name fit me. Palu fit me. I'm the only Palu that I know of in Israel. But I just picked it that way and it ended up fitting me. One day, Deacon IBL went over all our names. I guess he was pondering on it one day, and I was like, dude. And all our names fit our personalities. All right, so when you pick your name, it's really according to who you are, what your personality is.
Dude, you supposed to change your profile to or from Jerusalem? No, sis, if you want to, you can. That's up to you. I mean, that's a preference. I mean, if you want to say you're from Jerusalem, you can put that. We all are. But if you want to change your profile to that, it's up to you. If you're born with a Hebrew name, you don't have to change it. I was Hebrew.
Yeah. Like my kids, they ain't gotta change their name. Yeah, I mean, it's people that got, you wanna be extra deep, yeah, you can have many names. God the Father, God the Savior, you can have as many names you want. Ain't no scripture in that. Just know, whatever name you have, that's your name, and don't let it be dumb among Israel. Alright? Cherish your name. Don't be that person getting in all kind of trouble and all that. That ain't what you want.
We keep these laws. That's what we come with a lot and you gon' get cut.
What is your favorite verse? Matthew 5:16.
Joel chapter 2 verse 27.
Oh yeah?
My favorite verse. Because when I heard that verse, that was beginning of repentance right there. I watched the camp video, he pulled that out. My eyes got as big as 50 cent pieces. I said, that can't be in there. I read it, I said, oh my God, it's there. I said,
Christian talking, he think he's saying something. Oh, you swear to God, man, you can't pray for
Dexter, I don't remember ever seeing a Dexter in the Bible.
it's not. Unless you give me a verse, then I'll believe it.
We cutting Christians. We cutting Christians. Like we're kids, we cutting Christians. John 14 ain't hit scripture.
What y'all gonna do? Y'all can go find it, man. Y'all gonna get
We cutting Christians.
I got a book that have all the names that's in the Bible.
How'd I find out the truth? I got kicked out of a nightclub and they was out front teaching.
We blasted.
We cutting Christians.
That's how we did. Deacon IBL got on you.
He did.
We cutting Christians.
He did that.
Ah, this fly, man.
We cutting Christians.
I wish we had a gun slap.
What question? No, I didn't see it. What was the question, bro? Repost it.
What is a Levite name? Which names are Levite names? I don't know.
Go to numbers.
Yeah,
Go to numbers. It names each tribe and then it names names in that.
You can run from the Israelites. You say we got the truth now.
How many times should you use Matthew 18 and 15? Is that what you said?
You can't hide from the Israelites. You say we got the truth now. Even what's in the dark must come to light. And just read them a lot. When the scripture
We're IUIC Oklahoma.
Yeah, we branched. We are branched from New York. All of us are. That's where it started at.
The seed of Jacob will soon reign, and the judgment meet for them sinful ways. We're up to you.
Matthew.
You can run from the Israelites.
Matthew, what are you talking about? Somebody asked a question about Matthew 18 and 15. I think that's what you said. Can you use it? Or you talking about the scripture that's my favorite? What is it?
Somebody put, I call Azariah 10 Brothers Turtle, right? Azariah is probably the most popular name in IUIC. One of them.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Because when you know they do brothers said his name was Azariah Sabbath class. Bishop said that we got four Azariahs.
And then me being me, I like being different. So I couldn't get a name that somebody else had. I didn't know nothing about all these different names, to be honest with you. When I came in, I didn't know nothing about other camps. I didn't know nothing about any of that at all. I didn't really care for it either. But it was nothing.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. We are back from the break. This is Casting Down Imaginations. I'm Officer Abiyah, and we got Officer Palu back in the studio today. And we are going over, what was the name of class? I promise you I forgot this time, for real.
Listen, I'm being a bad example, man. Y'all can't be forgetting stuff.
I wish I had the title at the bottom of the screen.
Being an example in Israel. And I'm not even sure if that's the right one.
That's it.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Hey, let's make it happen. Give me Genesis 18:18.
Genesis chapter 18, verse 18. Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation.
Abraham is his descendants going to be great. He's going to have a great. Read it again.
Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation.
Abraham will become a great and mighty nation. Come on.
And all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him.
Come on.
For I know him,
Come on.
that he will command his children.
For I know him, he will command his children. The Most High God said, I know he's going to do it. Because if you go to Genesis 6:17-1, he said, you're going to walk perfect. So he knew he was going to command his family, his children, the nation. Come on.
For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment.
The commandments. Come on.
That the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him.
So Abraham had to be a perfect example for the nation.
Father Abraham was that man, that dude.
That dude, the grandfather.
That dude.
That's the grandfather of grandfathers right there. Abraham.
That's why we still even here, because he made an oath to Abraham.
That's something.
I'm trying to find it.
So just imagine it. He said he's going to cut the children of a nation was going to be great. That comes out of it still was 99 years old, bro. 99 years old. And Mosiah said, listen, you're gonna have a great nation come up out of you. And you're gonna teach and they're gonna know to keep the commandments. Oh, that's powerful. What you looking for?
It's in Sirach about Abraham. Looking for it.
Let me think.
I know it's like towards the end of Sirach. So
Let me see. But yeah, Abraham was a perfect example to the nation. All right, he had to be. Just like Joshua became the perfect example. All right, we got to be an example to the nation. All right, we can't be selfish. We got to be an example to everybody. All right, we got to have your stuff in order. It's not about you. It's about the nation. All right, it has to be about the nation. All right, period. Okay, so you can't. I harp on that, man. I harp on it because a lot of people think it's about themselves, man. And even though your salvation is about you, all right, period. Your salvation is up on you. But we here to do what? Build a nation back.
right.
Put a nation back together. We can't do that doing the individualism, period, whatsoever. All right, you found it?
Yeah, I found it. It's Sirach chapter 44, verse 19. Father Abraham was a friend of God. He called him his friend. Wow. Read that.
Sirach chapter 44, verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful.
He was found faithful. When the Most High tried him, he was faithful. You understand? Circumcision. Do you understand that circumcision? He had to do it while he was a grown man. He had to do it himself. And he didn't hesitate to do it. That's faithfulness right there. That's works. Abraham was about the Father's business, hands down. He was about to kill his son that God said he would have with his wife Sarah. He was going to kill him because God told him to. That's some of y'all wouldn't even whoop your kids.
Yeah, you right.
He was
No, I don't want to whoop my daughter, man. It's just I feel sad that I'm a whooper.
right. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. Therefore, he assured him by an oath.
That oath, that promise has been carried through the lineage of Isaac and Jacob, but it was first established with Abraham. Come on.
That he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea.
Everything on earth is ours because of the oath that God made with Abraham. Read.
And from the river unto the utmost part of the land.
That's it. That's what Father Abraham, that's an example. That's the man, that the loins of that man is where we come from. And we need to act like it. We need to follow his example.
Let's keep reading though.
Keep reading.
Verse 22. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessings of all men and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an inheritance, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes did he part them.
So the oath started with Abraham, followed through Isaac, and ended with Jacob and his 12 sons, which is the 12 tribes of Israel. If it wasn't for Abraham being so faithful, we wouldn't even be here, period. We've been like not even a distant memory. We wouldn't even existed.
So just imagine what, like he said, the faith that Abraham had. That's an example. All right? That's an example. That man right there, listen, you got to realize we have plenty of great examples in the Bible. All right? And we gotta think about that. We gotta put ourselves in their shoes. All right? We gotta put ourselves in their shoes. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that also kills a Christian when they say that the commandments wasn't before Exodus. It just tells you that that Abraham kept the commandment, the law of the Most High. So the law has always been here. Don't let a stupid Christian confound you saying that, no, it was the Moses law. It was the law of Moses. Okay, then why did Abraham keep the laws then? Perfect precept for you precept brothers.
Right. Let me get some more. Let's get some reading going. Let's get Second Maccabees 6. I love this example. Oh, wait a second.
I think it's First Maccabee.
6 and 18.
Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18.
And this is and reason why I named my son after this man of what he did. This is how you be an example to the nation. I named my son after this man. Go ahead.
This is Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man, and of well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
This was a well-known man, studied man. All right, scribe. He was a scribe, principal scribe. So this man was keeping the law, keeping the commandments. He wasn't like them scribes and Pharisees that was around when Christ was around. This man kept the law and he loved his people, and his name meant everything to him. Come on.
but he choosing rather to die gloriously.
So they wanted him to eat some. So they wanted him to eat some dang pig, some swine flesh. All right, they picked him for a reason. You know what? I'm finna destroy this people. I'm gonna use one of their top dudes and make him conform over to what I want him to conform in, and everybody else is gonna follow. That's exactly what they thought.
They still do that today. They kill their
Oh,
head,
yeah.
the body follows. It's their number one doctrine when it comes to destroying something.
You see how homosexuality became so powerful so quick? That's what they did. They put P. Diddy, they put R. Kelly, they put all these cats, they put everybody in entertainment that people look up to in dresses.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, Negroes thinking they bagging blood and Crip, and they got tall tees down to their kneecaps. That's a dress now. They ain't no shirt no more. And they think that they got it made. They gangster still. Negro, you gay.
Just like Boondocks.
Perfect. Go ahead, read that. Verse 19.
Verse 19, but he choosing rather to die gloriously.
It said, you know what? I'd rather die gloriously. Why he say gloriously? Because he knew that him dying by not conforming to that would be a glorious thing. Because people will say, listen, Eleazar wasn't playing. He died not to eat pork. He died to keep God's commandments. That's what he did. That's what's going to make your name glorious. Come on.
Than to live strained with such an abomination.
He'd rather die gloriously than to live with himself after eating some filthy flesh. He couldn't live with himself. He'd probably kill himself after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I really let my people down. Come on.
Spit it forth. It came of his own accord to the torment, as it behooved them to come that are resolute, to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted.
Come on.
But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
So they want him to bring his own food now. They said, okay, this dude ain't going to eat pork. He ain't going to eat the pork. So you just bring your own food. Come on.
Such as was lawful for him to use.
Whatever was, bring you some beef, some lamb or something like that, something lawful. They try to make an example out of him too. Like, listen, we're going to get this dude to conform. Now, if he ain't going to break the commandment, we're going to try to make him do something where he ain't got to break the commandment, but seem like he break the commandment in front of everybody.
That's craftiness.
Right.
That is the definition of craftiness.
That's exactly what he's doing. Let's see what he said. Go ahead.
Such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king.
So they wanted him to like get some meat and make it seem like he ate the pork.
Right, like telling everybody else, look, he's enjoying the pork. Why don't you eat it?
Right. That's wicked as ever. Super wicked. Come on.
That in so doing he might be delivered from death.
So by him doing that, they're not going to kill him. So they gave him an ultimatum. Listen, you do this, I ain't going to kill you, dude. I ain't going to put you to death. Come on.
And for the old friendship with them find favor.
Come on.
But he began to consider discreetly, and as becoming his age, the excellency of his ancient years.
The excellency of his ancient years. Come on.
And the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, in his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly and willed them straightway to send him to the grave.
So let's read this again though. It says he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and its most honest education from a child, or rather, the holy law made and given by God. So this dude reflected like, listen, I've been keeping the law all my life. Is it worth me dying for this? Or do I put all that aside and eat this pork so I can live? Conform to what they want me to do and live. The law was his honest education. That dude been knowing the law from a pup since he was young, and the dude is old now. Just imagine that he been everything. He would have lost everything for that by conforming to this, everything. You know what I'm saying? They were like, oh man, this dude sold us out, bro. This dude really did this. And he would destroy many people in the nation. Many people. Because they looked up to this man. They understood that this man was a law keeper. And he didn't play around. And if he would have conformed, they would have got him to conform. Just like they do Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. All these men, they conforming.
Watch, and this is the Greeks, the ancient Greeks that was doing this. We got a call?
Oh, yeah.
Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Can you hear me, caller? Yeah, what's your name? Where you from, bro? Hello? You there?
Cut it. I heard the phone.
Right. If he called back, answer though. It might be something wrong with his phone. But it's the Greeks, like I said, the ancient Greeks, the ones that the so-called Caucasians hold dear to them. Because you know, when you go into social study or world history, what do they love to start with? The Greeks, the Grecians. This is who was actually doing this to Eleazar, trying to make him eat pork or put him to death. Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Caller, can you hear me? Hello? Caller.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Hello?
If you guys can hear me, I can't hear you guys, but my name is Brother Isaac of Columbia, Mississippi. And my question was, I guess, I got a disability that impedes my ability to walk and stand, right? And so, I just not too long ago came in this too. And I don't wear the fringes every day only because I only have one shirt that has the fringes on. So, will God still listen to my prayers even though I don't have fringes like that?
All I can tell you, bro, is do whatever it takes to get fringes on most of your clothes. But if you can't, like I had one shirt, I wore that shirt under or over everything. I'm telling you, like because you know what, I fear God. I kept His commandments. You got to do whatever it takes to keep your fringes on your clothes when you go out and even inside your house. I'm gonna tell you something. Watch this. Let's say you didn't have fringes on, and Christ came back that day. He's not gonna spare you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's not gonna spare you for not having fringes on your clothes. You got one shirt. Do what it takes to get another shirt. Do what it takes to get a third shirt. If you got to glue them on or staple them on, do what it takes to get those fringes and border blue on your clothes, bro. It's that serious.
Brother, I got a question. Are you congregating with anybody? Are you congregating with us? Israel United in Christ? But if, say for instance, he was, right? Some people got to step up. Like some sisters got to step up or whatever the case may be and help a brother out. Sometimes it can be just that. They can have friends but don't know how to put them on. and so don't know where to go to get them and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Help them out. Like we help brothers out all the time. Brothers come in new and they got shirts. You know, hey, we'll help you out.
Right.
You know, so I mean, because we want you to have fringes on. That's where brothers. I don't see no brothers fringing their shirts. It's usually just a sister doing it, their wife or whatever the case may be. Help a brother out. All right. So they can have fringes. It ain't so it won't be no excuse. Whatever the case may be, help a brother out. Now, if he on his own and he got a shirt with fringes, like a lot of people do when they come in this church. When they come in this truth, they usually they wear the same thing over and over again until they find or buy some more fringes and get that put on a shirt or whatever the case may be. I mean, you go through literally. Some brothers will have 2 or 3 shirts that they wear all the time, and you ain't finna get laughed at because everybody else understands. Unless you just came in, had multiple clothes that was 100% and all that. You gotta realize, you gotta throw a lot of stuff away. Because a lot of stuff that you used to wear ain't 100% in fabric and none of that stuff, all right? So you throw a lot of stuff away. So now it's like you got 1 or 2 shirts that may be 100%. You gotta fringe those, all right? Get those fringed up, because we ain't gonna tell you to fringe no shirts that's not lawful to even fringe, all right, to even wear. So we gotta make sure that we keeping up on what's the lawfulness of the shirt, right? Then we get it fringed. So a lot of people throw their stuff away. Like some sisters, they had like pants or whatever. So they cut them up and make a dang dress out of them. So they won't, you know what I'm saying? And if it was 100%, and they fringe them, or sometimes they just wear that for a while. That might be the only pair of jeans, or whatever the case may be. They cut it up, they create stuff. You never know. So that's why you gotta ask around and help, and people need to help out. All right, you see a brother or a sister come in, she ain't got no fringes on. A sister should reach out to her and say, listen, if you got fringes, I'll put them on for you. I'll help you out so you have fringes. All right, so, and I heard somebody say, explain 100%.
Right.
You got to wear 100% fabric. So, say for instance, you cannot wear 50% cotton and then 50% wool. You can't wear that. That's 2 different fabrics, all right? Got another caller? Caller, what's your name and where you from?
I'm from Mississippi. But I'm watching you guys on Periscope, so if you guys can pay attention to the comments, I'm Isaac 934 on Periscope. I'm watching live, and I can answer the rest of you guys' questions there, because I don't know if it's a bad connection, but yeah, I'm watching you guys on Periscope, so just give me a minute when I hang up the phone to answer you guys' questions. Again, I'm Isaac 934 on Periscope. Shalom.
I'm confused.
Me too, just a little.
I guess that's the same dude that was calling.
Right.
So he said he's Isaac 9. He's going to ask a question on Periscope.
Right, because he has a bad connection. Okay, I got you. All right.
But yeah, so help a brother out. All right. So I ain't gonna get off into the fabric thing, because that could be a little bit on a different level. All right, that's out of my rank. All right, but don't mix wool with cotton and cotton with linen and what else?
Period. Just don't mix fabric. I mean, I don't know how.
If it's 100%, wear it.
Right. If it's 100% polyester, 100% silk, 100% cotton, 100% linen.
Wear it. If it say 100%, wear it. So some of the nice, cute things, sisters, that you might want to wear, you thought was cool, you might have to get rid of it if it's mixed.
Sorry.
All right. So if it says 96% something and 4% something, leave it alone. All right. And I ain't gonna get too far off into that mixed fabric stuff. All right. I think they got a video on it, don't they?
Yeah. They do.
I think Orlando did one or
Yeah.
something like that. I think Orlando made one up. So you can go to that. All right. But I just say 100%. If it say 100% on there, it's 100%. All right. Do it like that. Be safe. All right.
If we didn't doubt, commandments. Let's finish reading it. You got something to read first?
No, I was in Deuteronomy trying to find the law on it.
But go ahead. Let's get let's go back to Second Maccabees. We ain't got much time. Nope.
You got it? Let's start at verse 23 again. Chapter 6, 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 23.
2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 23.
Well, no, it's not impossible. It's a lot. And it might be impossible. Like, I know certain, like some things that women wear, like bras or whatever the case may be, or certain, like socks and underwear and stuff like that. Some stuff might not, you can't find it. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it. All right? You got to find those things. They got like something in it that's mixed. Some stuff you just ain't nothing, I don't know, it ain't nothing you can do about it. Unless somebody create it, make it, that'd be good. Be all these businesses. So I'm creating stuff that's not normally 100% in stores. Okay, the football is a pigskin. No, it's not talking about it. It's not what it's talking about. All right, so you can touch a football and throw it. It's talking about that you can't eat it.
Right.
Because what's the name had on? Who was that?
John the Baptist had on a camel skin coat.
It sounded like it was hot too. But yeah, camel skin. And something else he had on. I forgot what it was.
Or a cat.
Right. Because they're not a clean animal. So yeah. That it? I still ain't seen the dude's question. But let's continue on. Eleazar. Go ahead.
This
Verse
is
23.
verse 23. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his great head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion.
Read that again. I'm sorry.
For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar.
Many young persons might think. So it lets you know that people looked up to him. So any young person might think, come on.
Being 80 years old and 10.
So he was 90 years old. 90 years old. 90-year-old man. He been keeping the law for 90 years. That man got people that's looking up to him. Come on.
We're now gone to a strange religion.
Oh, this dude is bugged out. This dude is went back. He's in the religion with the Greeks. He's considering. He's just doing this discreet. Like, listen, hell no, this ain't. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping the commandments. Period. Because he was an example to the nation of Israel. He understood how serious it is. It wasn't just about him. All right? It was not just about him. It was about saving the nation. Come on.
Verse 25. And so they, through mine hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer.
Come on. So he said, in my hypocrisy, for me just to live a little bit longer, because they're going to kill me one day anyway. Hell, I'm 90 years old. I'm going to go soon. Come on.
Should be deceived by me.
And they're going to be deceived by me. Come on.
And I, excuse me, and I get a strain to my old age
And you get a strain to your old age, come on.
and make it abominable.
And now I'm a dang abomination because I wanted to act like as if I'm eating pork to trick the people so I can live a little longer. No, that ain't how we roll. That ain't how we roll. We gotta really be examples, man, in this truth in Israel. Period. You can't play around.
Your pork chop eating pastor will take money from somebody to push a homosexual doctrine. He would never die to stand up for God.
All right.
They just need to pay him something, and he do it. T.D. Jakes on TV now talking about how homosexuality is accepted of God.
You said that?
Yes. He's an idiot.
And they got paid out. Listen, I'm gonna give you $50 million, and I want you to, tell the people that homosexuality is okay. All right, we'll do it. He put his little thick thumbs behind his back with his shirt tucked in. Dang walrus, bad built. Listen, man, don't get me on TD Jakes, man.
For real.
Don't get me on TD Jakes, man, because I go all day on
Had a
it.
whole sermon about it.
All day. I go all day about it, bro.
Had a whole sermon about it.
No Bible.
None.
No Bible is accepted. It was one dude that said that being homosexual was a gift from God. It was a dude with dreads.
These men couldn't
Out of your
even
mind.
stand close to Eleazar. He said, I'm not even putting pork in my mouth. I'm not even going to eat something lawful like it was pork. You want to kill me. You just go to one of these pastors now, here's $50,000. Tell them gay is okay. Gay is okay.
Right. The brother's getting paid off. Go ahead, read that. You finished that.
Verse 26, for though for the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of men,
Come on.
yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead.
So he said, listen, I'll be out of my mind if I was to conform to this stuff. Because the Most High God is going to judge me like nothing. I fear the Most High God's judgment more than I fear these men. Because he see it. He said, for though, for the present time, I should be delivered from the punishment of men, meaning die. He said, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. He's not going to escape from the judgment of the Most High God if he was to do that. That's how serious this was. He's going through this. Imagine what's going through Eleazar's mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is you going to be, who wants to get put to death? You know what I'm saying? You know you're going to die if you don't make the decision. Like, who wants to get put to death? But he's looking at it like, you know what? I'm going to put a lot of people to death. Not only just myself, I'm put a lot of people to death. But not only that, the Most High God gonna put me to death if I was to do this.
You know what they try to do? They try to do that whole Kunta Kinte Toby thing to him. You gonna eat this pork? No, I'm not. You gonna eat this pork? No, I'm not. You gonna eat this pork? No, I'm not. We're gonna kill you. Kill me. But see, Kunta gave in.
Yeah, he did.
Eleazar didn't give in.
Right.
You know, it would have been the same thing that happened with Kunta to everybody else watching. You know, if Eleazar would have conformed, everybody else would have been like.
And see, if Kunta wouldn't have never gave in,
that would have strengthened everybody else that was watching.
Even if he died, that was the thing. If he would have died up there, everybody else would be like, dang, that dude died for something. He died for us.
Right. I'm next. I'm not taking a name. That's what will happen. But since he gave in, everybody, you see the slaves in the back drop their head like,
dang. Like they was counting on him.
Right.
Because now we done. Like, this is a wrap. He already done all of us already. I'm going to make him an example. Because they see how he was. He was a little different. Kunta was a little different. So they knew that. That's why they chose him. They're going to beat him and make him Toby. They get him one of the whitest names ever.
Watch this. We can translate it to you. You and your family. Your family just waiting for you to fall off.
Oh, yeah.
Most of y'all's family is waiting for y'all to fall off. But it's going to come to a point where if you stay strong and you got a great example and you showing your light because you keeping God's commandments, you're not wavering in this truth, they're going to have to come to a conscious decision like, he's in this thing.
Yeah.
I want to know more about it.
Yeah.
Or they're going to scoff till they grave. One of the two's going to happen.
Yeah.
If they know and understand that you're serious about this truth and you ain't no nigga no more, they going to look at you different.
Right. You dang right. So you an example to your family. You want your family to get in this truth? Be that example. Don't be getting in all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to be an example. They are watching you. They can't wait to say, I told you so.
Right. Oh, they waiting on it.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that'll make their life, not their day, that'll make their life.
They can die after that.
Oh, man.
They can say, you know what? Just go ahead and take me on.
As soon as you come back to the house and open up that refrigerator, pull out a pork chop, they're going to be praising white Jesus.
Oh, they're going to drop to their knees.
Oh, man, crying and everything. You gave it. You gave in.
Don't be that brother or sister.
Don't be that brother.
Do
Dan.
not be that brother or sister. Be Eleazar. All right? Be Eleazar. Let's continue now.
Verse 26. I'll read 26 again. For though, for the present time, I should be delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. Wherefore now, manfully changing this life, I will shew myself such an one as mine age requireth, and leave a notable example.
What?
A notable example.
I'm going to leave a notable example. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm gonna leave a notable example.
He said something else too. He said, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth. He understood that when he got older and seasoned in his truth, he understood it was more required of him. And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly.
Willingly, come on.
And courageously.
Come on.
For the honor and honorable and holy law.
Listen, this man was on another level. Another level. You talking about a real Superman, a real hero to the people. A real Batman. This was him to the people. They looking up at him waiting to see if he gonna fall or not. He's like, nah, I'm really gonna die for this. I am going to die for this. Because I ain't giving in. Come on.
Verse 28. And leave a notable example to such as be young to die, willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy law. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
Come on.
They that led him changing the good, will they bear him a little before into hatred? Because the aforesaid speeches proceeded, and as they thought, from a desperate mind.
Come on.
But when he was ready to die with stripes, and he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that he hath holy knowledge,
Come on.
that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten.
Come on.
But in soul am well content to suffer these things, because I fear him.
That's how we need to be. That's how we need to be. That Eleazar, that man right there was on another level. All right? On another level. He wasn't playing. It's more to that, right? It's the last script.
Verse 31.
Yeah.
And thus this man died.
He got beat to death. Come on.
And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation.
That's what he is. He did that to, listen, it's a reason why that's in the Bible. It's a reason.
Just imagine an old man, 90 years old, being beat like a nothing by the Grecians, the so-called Caucasians, beating him down to nothing. And he took it because he feared God.
Right. And he knew it would destroy the people that looked up to him.
you gotta be careful who you around, man. Be careful who you leading, because you can lead that person into a bad situation. All right. Keeping the commandments, man, is the first step. All right. First step of being an example, and you got to carry that out throughout your whole till Christ comes. All right, till you pass away. Don't be that brother with the dumb name. That's not what you want. You want to be that perfect example, like Christ gave us a perfect example. All right, we got examples in the Bible for a reason. We got to start being an example. All right, we got to stop this foolishness. Man, get your households in order. Get your households in order. It starts there. It starts there. All right. So, you got anything you just want to say?
We gotta do better as a nation of people. We gotta shine our light to a dead nation in the world. You gotta understand, this ain't about you. This ain't about me. This ain't about the bishops. This ain't about the deacons. This ain't about the captains, the officers. This is about the nation of Israel coming back to redemption, keeping God's commandments, and the faith in His Son, Jesus the Christ. That's what it's about. Show repentance in your walk, your talk, and your actions so that the dead can see the light, man. Because I'm tired of this captivity. I'm tired of this new Rome. I'm tired of this new Greece. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. And until we get tired of this, we won't go home. We'll stop living like niggas when we tired. That's all I got to say.
All right, well, with that, I hope this class was edifying. Thank y'all for tuning in to IUIC Radio 24/7 radio station. All right. Also, make sure you guys that's new on this radio station Periscope, go to www.israelunite.org and register for online class. All right. And if you want to contact someone, go to contacts, and we have all the contacts for all the states that have schools and have men that's appointed in those areas. All right. Also, the raffle, go to IUICraffle.com if you want to raffle a chance to win a electrical site for Feast of Tabernacles. All right. So it's IUICraffle.com. All right. So, DJ, back to the music. Shalom, everyone. Most High in Christ bless. Love y'all.
Yeah, Judah Mons got my fringes and my garment on. No idea who I was until it took
Shalom,
me.
y'all.
The truth is, you